back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I thought I would do a video on reading the rainbow. So the regular Roy G. Biv thing. Uh, so I have my stack of rainbow books. Here they are. I struggled a little bit because I don't quite have a lot of indigo books nor violet. So, oops. Anyway, so we'll start with the first one. I've never read any of these. Some of these have been on my shelf for a really long time. And again, oops. So the first one is The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. It is about a boy named Dave or David? David. It's about a boy named David who loses his mother quite tragically. He's very angry and upset about the tragedy, and he begins to experience his books whispering to him. There's like monsters, a king, heroes, and kind of just like how you cope with loss, tragedy, and escapism, essentially, is what I'm getting from the synopsis of this book. So I'm really excited to read this. It sounds kind of like something I would like. I like tragic and I like magic, so we'll see. And that will be the red book, because I did it by covers, because I don't have a lot of books that have color names in them, which was another thing I was going to do. That was my initial idea, was to read books with colors in the title. I don't have those. I hardly have books with colors on the covers. Next up is When Dimple Met Rishi. It's not really orange, but like, I mean, it's mostly orange. I just ignore that. I don't want to read that right now. But it's the only orange book I have that I would like to read. This one I'm having trouble with. So it's about Dimple and Rishi, and they meet at a web developing camp. Dimple really wants to concentrate on her career and being a web developer, where she is promised to Rishi as a wife. And when his parents tell him that his wife will be there, he goes, well, why not? I'll go, because he's a hopeless romantic. And they kind of find that they're exact opposites, and how sometimes that can be a good and bad thing. I'm excited to read about kind of a different culture, as well as kind of like a cute, easy read. I've heard mixed things about this book, so we'll see. Next up is a sort of weird one. I haven't really heard of a lot of people who write books with just one name, but it's Mr. God, This Is Anna. And it's about Finn, and it's written by Finn, that finds this girl, Anna, neglected by her parents on the street. Gets taken in by him and his family, her in, and it's sort of about how she impacts everyone in such a magical and positive way with her character and personality. Illustrations as well inside, so I'm excited to read that. I'm not sure if this is fiction or not because of this. We'll see. Okay, next up is Lullabies for Little Criminals. It's won 2 awards, as you can see, by Heather O'Neill. This book is about Baby, the main character. She's 13, and she is kind of in between like a younger phase and adulthood. So she's being faced with kind of carrying her dolls around and also dealing with her heroin addicted dad. So, and her mom's not around or in the picture. A local hooligan person starts to gain attention towards her. It gets a bit dangerous for her. So it's kind of about survival of many things. Surviving your childhood, surviving drugs, surviving the street. I'm very excited to read it. My sister lent it to me, so we'll see where we get with this, because I've had it probably for 4 years now and I still haven't read it, so wish me luck. Next, I got in my book outlet haul, which I didn't post because all the books were like down here and cut off of the frame, and hopefully they're in the frame this time. Are they in the frame? This is Gloria Chau. And it's about a Taiwanese girl who's like super intelligent. Her parents expect so much of her. They want her to become a doctor and to marry a nice Taiwanese boy. But she's kind of has this deep, dark secret that she finds biology horrifyingly boring and is in love with a non-Taiwanese boy and is scared of germs. So it's kind of about life that I guess children of immigrants have. Growing up and fighting for what you truly want for yourself and kind of ignoring what your parents expect of you to become your own person. So I'm excited to read this one. I feel like it's another look into a culture that I don't quite understand. I'm excited. Next up, still has stickers on it, I apologize, is Baiting the Lion by Jonathan Carroll. It is about 5 people in a New England town. It's a small town, but 5 of them have the exact same dream. Some of them know each other, some of them don't, and it kind of leads to like the fate of the world depending on these 5 people and like the dream that they had. So that's quite interesting. Neil Gaiman kind of wrote a little blurb about how it's good, and I really like Neil Gaiman, so I'm excited to read this one. It will be indigo, even though it's a little bit gray, but I don't have indigo books, really. I mean, I have the first one of this, but then I feel like I need to read this one for red, and I wanted them all to be different. And finally, you're all gonna make fun of me for this one. At least you should, because I am again going to attempt to read this book. I don't know what it is, but I just like kind of, it sits there. It sits there. I'm not saying it's a bad book. I'm not saying I don't like it or that it's boring. I just can't pick it up. And I don't know if it's because it's nonfiction, because I like story nonfiction. And this is just like kind of educational nonfiction for the most part. I mean, I don't know why I'm struggling so much, but this is the second time this has been on a TBR. We'll see. Maybe I'll read this one first. I'll read the rainbow backwards. I realize this isn't violet, it's more of like a purple, but again, I don't really have a lot. I do have violet books, but they are in the middle of series that I haven't started yet. So in order to read this book, I have to read these 2, and I guess I could have gone indigo and green and purple, but what if I hate them? So we'll try this again. Anyway, that is the color of the rainbow. We've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo gray, and purple violet. And hopefully I can get through these 7 books. Last month I read like 4 books. Anyway, I hope you like this idea. If you have any more ideas, please comment down below. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe so that you can see when I post next. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!